Hi, this is Vicki Fairchild. One of the most misunderstood emotions and feelings associated with the grief process is denial. I have to admit that I didn't understand it for a lot of years. I just didn't see why the parent couldn't accept what was being presented. And I might have, and this is hard to admit, I might have judged a little harshly. I probably wasn't as empathic with denial, and I just didn't see why it kept coming up. And then I had an experience with a parent who I will deem the ideal parent in my brain. She got it. She got her kid. It was one of those times where everything meshed, where my observations, my assessments, everything that I saw correlated with everything she reported. There was nothing that didn't match. I mean, she knew her kid, and she had no inflated scores. Everything was just exactly what we were seeing. It was beautiful. And the kid had significant disabilities. So when it came time to share those diagnoses, she accepted them. There was no question. She said, oh yes, this is what I thought. I was very concerned about this. And it was probably one of the easiest assessments and IEP meetings I had ever experienced, until we got to the end of the IEP meeting. And at the end of the IEP meeting, even though we had just diagnosed her child with intellectual disability and autism, she started talking about when her child would start driving and when her child would go to college and even marriage. And I remember sitting there thinking, I thought you understood. I thought you understood what we were saying. And in that moment, I understood something about denial. Is that when parents are given a diagnosis, there is no way they can process all of the loss. And in a way, that's a gift. Denial is a gift because it is so overwhelming sometimes what path is in front of these amazing parents. Denial buys them time to deal with those losses. There was no way for this mother to look down her path and know and internalize everything that was going to happen, the future for her child. And it was okay. I also think denial is it's not only a gift for parents, but it can be a gift for educators. Because in a way, that's just too much for us to process and know. There have been children I have assessed where I've honestly, when I saw them like 20 years later, I was surprised. And I realized what an imprecise science this is. We really don't know what the future holds. And that's okay. And even though we might be pretty sure we know what the future holds, it's okay that the parent comes to terms with that future little by little and one developmental milestone at a time. It's okay. It's okay for a parent to be in denial. It's okay for a parent to emerge from denial and then go back to denial when they have to process a new event that's not going to happen. I see this a lot with parents in kindergarten. Kindergarten is the first developmental educational milestone that kids experience. And what often happens with preschool parents is they are fine with their child being in a special day class preschool, but it doesn't hit them that their child may have significant needs until their child doesn't go to a general education kindergarten. And their trigger for that is that transition. So we see denial come up again and again, but it's a way for parents to deal with acceptance. And as they move through that denial, they're able to come to terms with who their child is and love that child for what that child can become.